Today on DC News Now, it's another mild day, but we're tracking more rain. Wind showers and storms hit the region.
Everything ahead!
New body cam video revealing the moments before police say an officer shot a suspect.
Financial relief is coming for those impacted by the Baltimore Key Bridge collapse. Coming up, I'll tell you how.
I stretched my hand in the fire and rescued a child.
Also, dramatic rescue. A hero saves a boy from a burning car in a heart-stopping moment caught on camera. And did you miss the eclipse? Lucky for you, there's still plenty of eclipse deals at restaurants right now. We're stretching your dollar.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hey, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Mark Hall. Meteorologist Damon Madsen joins us with the latest check on the forecast. And Damon, first of all, happy Tuesday. How are things looking for the rest of the day?
Happy Tuesday, my friend. Mark, I'll tell you this. I'm just happy that we weren't planning to watch the eclipse today. Weather conditions are a little bit more dicey for that, as we've been dealing with a few more clouds in the sky throughout the entire morning. Now into the early afternoon, we had one particular stream of clouds, if you will, stretching from Kaiser, West Virginia, across Winchester and Martinsburg, back all the way to Frederick and even the I-95 corridor. And there's also been on and off clouds across much of the rest of Virginia, down through D.C. and southern Maryland. Now, we are getting a little bit of clearing, a little bit of sunshine here and there, but unfortunately, these clouds are likely here to stay as we go throughout the rest of the day. Now, despite that, we are watching our temperatures warm up quite a bit thanks to some southerly winds. It is already 77 degrees in Waldorf, 75, Manassas, Fredericksburg, a little bit cooler still in the upper 60s there along the I-81 corridor where the clouds have been to the north. But generally here, everybody is set to hit the 70s, and we might even see a few locations to the south reach up toward 80 degrees. So it's going to be a very warm day, but very cloudy. Now, rainfall doesn't look to be a problem here this afternoon, but could we see some soggy weather by the time we get into this evening and tonight? We'll have a full look at your forecast coming up in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. To a story that could be hard to watch. D.C. police released body camera footage after they say an officer shot a man during a chase. This happened in Northeast on April 1st.
Everything ahead! Everything ahead! Everything ahead! Everything ahead!
Well, police say they found a loaded gun on the scene. They say that the suspect appeared to be been down near the gun. Police say that that's what caused the officer to shoot him several times. The suspect is now in custody, facing several charges, including assaulting a police officer. The U.S. Attorney's Office for D.C. still needs to review the incident. D.C. police will conduct an internal review when they are finished. And happening today in Maryland, some financial relief could be coming soon to people and businesses impacted by the Baltimore bridge collapse. DC News Now's John Marie Sase has the details.
Yeah, the Key Bridge collapse definitely had an impact across Maryland, especially for the Port of Baltimore. But relief is underway for those Port of Baltimore employees and also the families impacted by this tragic incident. On Tuesday, Governor Westmore plans to sign an emergency bill that will help employees at the Port of Baltimore affected by the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapse. Since the collapse 2 weeks ago, the port hasn't been open, which has impacted jobs. But by using rainy day funds, lawmakers plan to help port employees without work and don't have the insurance to cover the closing or partial closure of the port. Legislators also plan to use state reserves to help keep small businesses open. Now, this same bill will also provide a scholarship to help the family members of the construction workers killed when the bridge collapsed. It's called the Fallen Transportation Worker Scholarship Fund. And those dependent on any one of the victims will get tuition assistance.
We're making sure that our workers and those that are going to be going through a tough time are taken care of. We represent them and we have their back.
Governor Westmore is also expected to speak with federal leaders on Tuesday about next steps for the bridge. In a statement, Governor Moore and other leaders say these families deserve closure and our team continues to focus on the recovery of their loved ones. The collapse of the Key Bridge has resulted in a complex, dangerous situation for everyone involved in this operation, but our commitment to bring closure with dignity will not waver. As for businesses that had to move to other ports, money from this bill will go towards encouraging them to move back to the Port of Baltimore when it reopens. Reporting in Maryland, I'm Yamari Sase, DC News Now.
Yeah, Marie, thank you. Today, Montgomery County Council members are reviewing the county's proposed fiscal year 2025 budget. And the budget was introduced by County Executive Mark Elrich last month. It involves more than $7 billion, and it's the largest budget in county history. And today, the council will also host 2 of 3 public hearings on the proposal. The hearings are scheduled for 1:30 and 7 p.m. The third hearing is tomorrow afternoon at 1:30. Meantime, in Virginia, Governor Glenn Youngkin is amending the budget passed by the General Assembly. The governor says that his amendments are an attempt to find common ground with lawmakers. The governor did not remove the proposed 3% pay raises for teachers and state employees. However, he did remove certain sales tax increases from the budget. That includes a proposal to add sales tax to certain digital goods like streaming services. In total, Governor Youngkin introduced nearly 250 amendments to the budget. Meantime, some Democratic lawmakers say the governor's actions do not align with the goal of finding common ground.
We do not fight over tax decreases, but we also recognize it's not time, nor will it ever be, for tax increases.
A governor's issued probably over 200 vetoes by the time this is said and done, but 200 vetoes doesn't really set the tone for, hey, let's hold hands.
Well, some of the other spending priorities in the Common Ground budget left untouched by the governor include $1 billion more for higher education funding, $175 million for the Housing Trust Fund, $70 million for projects on I-81, and in fully funding Virginia's share of Metro's budget needs. The General Assembly will reconvene on April 17th to consider the governor's amendments. Well, a heroic act caught on camera, a man jumping into action to save a child from a burning vehicle. It happened yesterday morning on 495 in Prince George's County when a multi-car crash shut down the Beltway for several hours and injured several people. DC News Now's Mariel Carbone spoke with the Good Samaritan and joins us from the MedStar Washington, where these victims are being treated.
I was a little traumatized. I was crying, especially seeing the woman cry, burn.
And this is the moment Bishop John Adonteng Boateng jumped into action, pulling a young boy from a burning vehicle.
I saw a child that was crawling, trying to come out of the vehicle, so I stretched my hand in the fire and rescued a child.
Adonteng Boateng was driving on 495 in Prince George's County around 11 a.m. when he witnessed a major crash. Police say a dump truck blew a tire, causing the vehicle to cross lanes, where it was struck by an SUV and caught fire. The bishop pulled over, seeing if there was anything he could do to help. And that's when he saw the boy trying to escape one of the cars involved.
I didn't think about life, anybody. I was just going to do what I love to do.
Adonteng Boateng leads the Divine Word International Ministries and says in the moment he was simply practicing what he preaches.
And my mission in life is to save life, is to help people, and I put people first before myself.
In the video, you can see the boy clutching the bishop as he comforts the child, whose legs were badly burned. He tells us other drivers stopped too and helped the mother, who he says was severely burned.
I wasn't there at the right time, at the right point, at the right time. Maybe that child might have died, or nobody would have saved the child. So I realized that I've been a blessing, I've been an angel, so I feel covered now, I'm okay.
Reporting for DC News Now, I'm Mariel Carbone.
Thank you. Starting tomorrow, the Prince George's County Animal Shelter in Largo will not accept owner-surrendered dogs. This policy will be in effect until at least the end of the month. The shelter says this is due to space in the shelter and a need to deep clean the facility. During this time, the shelter is also waiving adoption fees to help find homes for 100 dogs currently in their care. Shelter officials say that this will not impact their work with stray pets, animals, and other dogs or euthanasia requests. The shelter is also providing tips to help owners keep pets out of the shelter. This includes microchipping your pets, always walking them on a leash and securing fences and gates, and getting your animals spayed or neutered. Well, in Montgomery County, the county's lottery for sought-after spirits is now open. It opened Sunday and runs through this Saturday. A selection of aged whiskeys and bourbons are up for grabs, and you must be at least 21 years of age and live in Montgomery County to participate, and you can rank which spirit you prefer when entering and have an equal chance of winning each of items selected. However, you can only win one of your choices. The lottery winners will be posted on April 22nd, Winners will be able to buy a bottle from designated stores between April 26th and May 24th. Well, the Huskies make history. UConn taking down Purdue 75-60 to win the national championship last night, and they won back-to-back championships, becoming the first team since 2007 to accomplish that feat. That was also, I believe, the University of Florida that did it that year, those 2 years in a row. The Huskies dominated this year's March Madness, and they won every single game by double digits. Overall, Connecticut outscored their opponents by 140 points, and that sets a new tournament record, passing the 1996 Kentucky Wildcats.